India has announced a $550 billion budget focusing on job creation as well as economic growth. The capital expenditure has witnessed a 33% increase this year and is going to be touching 10 trillion rupees. But how does this all benefit non-resident Indians? We're going to be asking our managing editor at Khaleej Times, Mr. Issac. John, first up, impacts on the NRIs. Are they going to benefit from this budget?
See, NRIs, if you look at NRIs as a part of the mainstream India, like all other Indians, NRIs will benefit out of India's growth story because of their investments in India, their property. They have invested hugely in India. But apart from that, as an NRI, as a segment, if you segregate NRI section from India's mainstream and look at what additional benefits or special benefits NRIs are getting, it is zero now. Because and NRIs are used to it, or this kind of neglect over the last 12 to 15 years. There has not been a mention of NRIs in the budgets presented by various governments. So it doesn't come. It comes as not a surprise. It is coming as a not surprise. I am not surprised at all, because even last year or the year before that, there was not a mention about NRIs or their role, or they don't even acknowledge the role played by NRIs over the years with their remittances. The NRIs, especially in the Gulf, they used to be one of the largest source of or senders of remittance. But now NRIs in US or migrants and Indians in the US are the largest remitters to India. Earlier, UAE was the number one remittance source of India. In UAE accounted for, at that time, 2-3 years ago, 19% of India's total remittance. But now it has come down. US has now become the largest source of remittance to India. NRIs were expecting, as usual, every year, they used to expect a lot of tax benefits. But especially, this year, they were pinning high hopes on reduction or removal of TDS, that is tax reduction at source, because they were paying heavy taxes on their deposits. NRO deposits are 30% tax. For long-term and short-term capital gains, they are paying 10 to 15%. So all these things, they thought, there would be some relief on, rather than the tax reductions which is announced. Because in the budget, there has been some tax concessions or tax reductions for the general people, which NRIs are not going to benefit much from that. So they are looking for a benefit from TDS, reduction in TDS, which didn't happen.
In terms of remittances, the limit have those limits been lifted? Have they
No,
changed?
Okay. There was for NRIs from their NRI account. NRI accounts are non-resident external account, that is in India, the rupee account. From there, every year, NRIs could transfer $1 million for purchasing properties overseas or for other expenses. That also, they were expecting that limit would be raised because of their, for instance, people living here, they wanted to buy a villa here and all that, But that didn't happen. That also was not met.
Right. So overall, painting the picture, this is business as usual. Nothing's changed for NRIs?
Nothing as far as NRIs expectations are concerned. The budget didn't live up to their expectations.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Issac, John. And that's a wrap-up of how the Indian budget is going to benefit and impact the non-resident Indians. There's lots to expect. Let us know in the comment section below how you are going to be impacted by the Indian budget, as well as your thoughts on it. Thank you for watching us.